No.
You're all right. Thank the Lord. Martha.
Oh man, not now.
Oh, don't worry. She's on our side. She's been helping fight back the Holograders.
Wait, she has?
My homeland is being invaded. Of course I'm fighting back.
But she's done a lot of things she'll have time to feel bad about later. But she loves her country. I don't doubt that for a second. Fine. But you should be grateful that you have Martha to vouch for you. I trust you about as far as I can throw you. Your loss.
How did they get in?
The gate was open from the inside. We repelled their first assault, but we have suffered heavy losses.
Damn you, Helio.
Helio?
He's been working for Holograd all along. It must have been him who opened the gate.
What?
We chased him out here. You didn't see him?
We did not. Perhaps he found another way of joining his compatriots.
Damn it! We let him get away.
The second wave is on the march.
Gather those who are still able to fight. We cannot allow ourselves to be overrun.
We will stand with you against the Holograders.
You have my thanks. I too will lend my aid.
As will I. But you're still hurt. Fine. I guess I can't stop you coming. Just be careful, okay? Oh, yes, yes. No, come on!
So I guess we have Martha in the party now. Does that mean that we have... Yeah, we do have both of them. Nice, nice. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to go and heal. Any other side quests? Just in progress ones. Alright, story thingamabob down there. We'll go down to the inn and heal first, is what we better do. But it didn't even tell us that you can switch weapons in combat. Someone in chat told... Yeah, I remember that during the battle with the Shield Master, where I didn't even know that we could freaking switch weapons mid-battle. Until I was told there. But yeah, but you don't take a risk by using the weapon that the current job that you're in is adept at. That's just like a normal thing. You attack the enemy with the weapon that you have here by default. It's not reasonable to change all your weapons mid-battle, what they're weak to, just to not take the risk of them potentially taking 0 damage. Like, that's completely unreasonable. What the heck was I going to do here? We were going to do something and I completely forgot. I mean, we could always check out the new job and stuff like that, is what we could always do. But like, you shouldn't have to switch weapons just so that you can do any damage at all and not know that you can't do, like, for example, a shield master here who specializes in axes. If the enemy is weak to, like, I don't know, daggers, I'm not gonna mid-battle switch my freaking shield master to daggers. Like, why would I do that? The game punishes you for not knowing things that it refuses to tell you until you do things that you would otherwise do in normal gameplay in, like, any RPG. And then find out that it's like, oh, you actually can't do anything here. Have fun needing to switch around. Let's see here. Like, this game gives you such a lack of information, is a thingamabob. Enable an ally to deliver 50% more hits with the attack command for 2 turns. Attempt to slow a target down. Make a target able to act more quickly for 3 turns. Reduce the target's resistance to a selected element for 2 turns. Perform up to 3 quick fire, water, or lightning magic attacks on a target. Imbue a target's regular attack, perform the attack command and attacking abilities with a selected element for 2 turns. Place a magic reflecting barrier in front of a target for 2 turns. Attempt to stop a target. Increase the target's resistance to a selected element for 3 turns. When a user is knocked unconscious, any unconscious allies will be revived with full HP, 1 use per battle. Let's see here. Perform up to 3 fire, water, lightning, or magic attacks on a target in quick succession. Make a target act a lot more quickly for 3 turns. Can't expect everything to work at all times. Yeah, and I don't. I just wish the game would tell me that X thing isn't going to work, instead of me attempting X thing that would work like 99% of the time otherwise, and be like, oh, you tried to do the thing that works 99% of the time? Guess you're fucked. You know? Like, it's just such awful and lazy game design to do such a thing. Like, you should tell the player what, like, that X thing isn't going to work, instead of them attempting X thing and just being like, well, guess you can't do that. Which you literally couldn't have known until you freaking randomly guessed.
People of Rheimdall, surrender while you still can. When the invasion begins in earnest, we will not be able to guarantee your safety. Lay down your weapons.
Tell your commanders this. We'll fight to the last soldier. We're not gonna let Rheimdall fall into filthy Holograda hands. Throw all you have at us. We'll never surrender.
Fools! The next wave is on the way already. There will be no saving yourselves once they get here. Don't say we didn't try to help your sorry hides.
You heard them. There's no turning back now. But we've got one thing they'll never have. Lord of Dragons, watch over us! Ha!
Again, no transition. I guess we just head on into the thingamabob. But you have to reload if you can't do any damage.
The soldiers who came to parley will be back with the main force by now. The next attack will come soon, Father Ridion.
Very good.
Father Ridion, you summon me?
Wait. You're...
They are friends of mine. Any objections?
None, Father.
Good. Now make your report.
Yes, Father. Judging by their movements, they mean to surround the town. But, thankfully, the terrain will mean that they have to make their way toward us in a very narrow formation.
All right. Then we'll split into small units and attack in waves.
Reporting in! The Hologradas are approaching fast!
All right. We'd better move out. One last thing. If you see Helio, he's ours.
Very well. Good luck, everyone.
I guess we're going to battle now, I guess. Hi, Martha. Holograms are just at that time will be attacking in waves to try to put them on the back foot. Okay, so yeah, I guess this is gonna be saving before the big kind of main battle here. Wait, but why would you agree with, like, the counter should be shown, but you disagree with the things that they resist should be shown? Because that's basically, like, in the same pool of info that you need to know of stuff that you can't do, though. I'm so confused. Let's go ahead and overload this save is what we do. So we're all level 42 now, so I assume that we're going to be fighting, like, waves of enemies. Most likely. No time like the present. Oh, we're just starting like that. Okay. The flow of this game has some issues. For sure. My oh my. Alrighty. But yeah, anyway, honestly, if the game was marketed to returning players, the Braveland franchise wouldn't be as critical as you're being right now. Yeah, the fact that this game was specifically marketed to, like, both old veterans and new players alike to easily get into it, it's like, really? My oh my. Yeah, it could always do for you freelancer body slam or something like that. But yeah, because obviously not knowing that your enemy is immune to all forms of weaponry is good game design. Absolutely. I do love the music here. I wonder if our BP would carry over from one battle here to another. We're gonna go ahead and default just in case that's the case. Oh, I still have my dagger. We're gonna have to swap that. That's what I was gonna do earlier. I knew I was forgetting something. That's what I was gonna do. Like, my mind was telling me to go into like equipment for something, and I couldn't remember what it was. Oh man, the music's so good. All right, great, Bo. Is what we do. We'll just go ahead and sure for the sake then. But since it's marketed towards beginners and the game sucks at introducing mechanics and is brutally difficult, yeah. Oh, they're actually gonna have a decent bit of HP, looks like, is the thing. Found they resist certain weapons, didn't die because of those experiments. It's something that you should know. Well, I couldn't do any damage to any of them without using my healer, and my healer was constantly spamming heals. I appreciate the follow there, Franklin J. Like, I literally couldn't do any damage to anybody in the Shield Master battle, was the thing. And the only person who could do damage, my healer, was too busy healing because I was receiving too much damage, was the thing. So I literally had to reload my save. I couldn't really do anything from there until I found out about like weapon switching in the menu, which shouldn't be required, I don't think. Like, they shouldn't just take 0 damage to all forms of weaponry and have the game not tell you anything about that. So instead, you're just forced into the situation where you have no information and get screwed over because of the game's decision to not share this information with you. No, I'm getting stoned. I probably told the story several times on stream of the stoned guy in Germany who
Time to play my trump card.
who talked to our little exchange group. But just in case for those who don't know the story, I was on a exchange trip to Germany, and it was yeah, I know that I can't know the weaknesses beforehand, but I should, is the thing, is all I mean here. So in Germany, thinking about getting stoned, there was an exchange trip there, and while we were staying at different hostels and such, we stayed at some very sketchy places, to say the least. And there was this one place that we stayed at where there was like a lot of college students and such, and a lot of them were like, you know, they would smoke a whole lot, they would do a whole bunch of, you know, dergs, I guess. And while we were standing in line in the cafeteria, there was this one guy that was standing in front of us, and he turns around and he sees like our Canada-Germany exchange hoodies, and he says to us, and he speaks in English, he doesn't speak in German, he speaks in English, and he says, "Oh, are you guys from Canada? Oh, you have the jump ability, cool, neat." And we say, yeah, and he starts asking about us on our exchange trip, and people are like talking and conversing with him, and then all of a sudden, people in our group ask about him, and we ask like, "Oh, like, what's your name? What do you do? Like, what are you studying?" and yada yada. And he looks at us, his eyes widen, and he goes, "I'm stoned." And then we start laughing at him, and he says, "It's not funny." And then he like wanders off and he mutters under his breath, "I'm stoned." So seeing my unit get stoned by that enemy there reminded me of the stoned guy in Germany story. It's not much of a story, but it's a story, I guess. So there's that. Can I do like Humanoid Slayer or something? That's Undead Slayer. Humanoid Slayer on you. Oh man. But yeah, let's see here. But yeah, I kind of agree with Drew, but agree that the exam is incomplete. It's just information that you don't get, and a lot of the time, if you're not just like crazy OP, you're gonna have to either like grind for in order to do a workaround, or completely change your entire like team setup and composition around. But yeah, it should essentially show shield weaknesses. Wait, what? His argument with Shield Masters that should tell you the weaknesses before you even fight the boss? When did I say that? What? If you can clip me saying that and send it to me, then go ahead and do that. But like, I do not recall saying that. But yeah, I thought you watched someone get stoned, like someone tossing stones at someone. No, someone who is stoned and stuff like that. Someone who claimed that they were stoned. I do not recall saying that you should know the enemy weaknesses before the battle. If you can find a clip of me saying that and post it in the Discord, let me know. But otherwise, like, no, that's not something I said. But feel free to find a clip of it, if it does exist. Is the thing. Is the thing, Bob. But you're making an argument for something that I never said, though. What? You're doing a straw man kind of thing where you frame the opponent's argument as something completely different, and then you dismantle that argument instead of what the person you're arguing with actually said. Don't straw man me. No, I'm getting stoned again. I'm trying to enjoy my game here as much as I can. My oh my. Yeah, I mean, we could just go ahead and do here. My oh my. Let's see here. Boop. Yeah, I said that only my healer could damage before I learned that weapon switching was possible. After I found out that weapon switching was possible, I could damage with other allies. But I had to learn about weapon switching first. Well... I mean, boobity bop is what we could do.
Time to play my trump cards.
I mean, we could always say... But yeah, it's basically exactly as Lancer said. The point is that examine should show resistances so the player can be able to know what not to use the same way that it shows the weaknesses. Like, it shows weaknesses right there. There should be another line that just says resistances. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's something the game very much needs. Yeah, I mean, we can just, like... It doesn't seem like they're super tough, just kind of tedious and such. That's what it seems like. I mean, look how much MP we have. What if we, like... Oh, man! Oh, man! What the heck? Oh, he had his damage reflected back at him and he died, so it's the next wave now. Wow. But yeah, you should be able to see the resistances so that when you're in the battle, you can now know, okay, let's not do this because I can't, you know, do that. That's not going to damage them. Instead of just, you know, doing a good part of the fight only to find out that, like, none of your units can do, like, any damage at all. And just being like, well, guess I'm royally screwed because of information the game refused to tell me, you know? But yeah, let's just see here. But yeah, if they told me about weapon switching, would that mitigate the problem? No, because I would still have to, you know, just randomly do attacks to find out, you know, what I can actually damage them with. Like, I can see, okay, I can actually damage this guy with water and sword. I can actually damage her with lightning and spears. But there's so many other things that I can actually damage her with. And potentially things that I can't damage her with. And those are things that the game doesn't tell me is a thing. But the point of examining is to tell you what it shows you what they're weak to, but it doesn't show you what they resist. You shouldn't have to, like, randomly attack them to find it out. Like, what's the point of having it examine if that's the case there? Like, why show the weaknesses if the idea is like, oh, the enemy should randomly attack to find out what they can and cannot do, instead of just being like, you know what, we're just gonna show like half the information. The thingamabob. I'm dropping frames there for a hot second. Is the thing. I don't know why I'm dropping frames, but like, it tells you like a third of the information that you need to know. If it shows resistances, it would tell you all the information that you need to know here instead of having to randomly guess. Is the thing. Like, but it's not much of a puzzle if the puzzle is random guesses until something works. Is the thing. Like, you're not actually doing any puzzle solving if you're taking random guesses until something works, instead of being like, okay, this is what they're weak to, this is what they resist, how do I work around it, instead of having to take like random guesses until eventually something maybe works if you're lucky. Like, it's just a lazy design for lack of information, is what it is the thingamabob. But resistances are pertinent info as well, because you'll do 0 damage, is the thing. And then you've just wasted a whole bunch of your BP freaking attacking for information that the game should have given you, is the thing. Like, it gives you half the information here, but you need to know that you can't attack on things that does 0 damage. That's information that you need to know, because if you don't know this information, you're then doing 0 damage. It's the thing. Like, I can't win by doing 0 damage. That's not how a video game works, is the thing. My goodness. Like, I'm not gonna freaking... Let's say an opponent is weak to a dagger. I'm not gonna give someone like my shield master a dagger if he sucks with daggers, just because it's a weakness. Because someone like my shield master is gonna be so much better with axes that I'm better off doing like neutral effectiveness axes than I am doing the extra effective daggers. Like, I'm not gonna switch around my entire weapons, but every single time I encounter any enemy just because of one single resistance. That's completely unreasonable. Like, I don't know if you play by freaking changing around your equipment every single time you see any enemy ever, but I think that that's completely unreasonable. Is the thingamabob. I could always try poison. Well, we could always go ahead and try, say, whatever, since we have a turn to spare and stuff like that. But the game does kill you for testing things. It's happened. Is the thing. I literally, you want me to go into freaking Discord and show you a clip of the game killing me for testing things? Because, like, this has absolutely happened
Play my trump cards.
in the past. Don't think the game kills you for testing things, huh? Because that is exactly what has happened time and time again, is the thing.
So, like... Take this throwing knife. That counts as a...
The game doesn't kill you for testing things, huh? Sure. Sure, the game doesn't kill you for testing things. Sounds about right.
I'm sorry. I had to do this.
Yeah, game doesn't kill you for testing things. I completely agree. Couldn't agree more. My, oh my. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and build up our BP and such, is what we do. But, yeah. Well, it doesn't tell you that the items, like, count as things that can be countered. Is the thing. We could always, I guess we'll go ahead and do that and then go ahead and Defender of the People is the thingamabob. But yeah, if I used a freaking regular attack, I would have died there to counter.
Witness my true power.
Is the thing. So I knew that I couldn't do a regular attack because a regular attack could have proc counter and wiped the entire party the same way that the dagger does. You literally just said that it freaking... If the game kills you for testing things, that's an unfair game. You literally just posted this. I can copy paste it for you if you don't believe me. But like, that is the wrong keyboard right there. But you literally just said that is the thing. And now you say that you never said the game doesn't kill you for testing things. Like, I just want to enjoy my game, please.
Hey, you okay?
My, oh my. Gain a BP for that.
Want to see what I can
What
really
a
do?
world. What? But if you make the statement that a game that kills you for testing things is unfair, and then when I show evidence that the game kills you for testing things, and then you say that you never said that this game freaking does that, then you are implying that this game is unfair. Is the thingamabob. But this game does kill you for testing things. This is a game that kills you for testing things. Is the thing.
Here we go. Luck's got nothing to
It
do
either
with
kills
that.
you or heavily screws you over because it refuses to give you the information that you need to know how to work around things. Is there anything that potentially hits everybody here? I guess this hits everybody. My oh my. Yeah, you test the wrong thing, but there's no way to know that before you do it, is the thing. It's just like, oh, you took a random guess, basically a coin flip. Guess you die. Get outplayed. Just get better. Just freaking, just get better at the game. Guess you lost the coin flip. Guess you just die now. Like, I feel like that's awful game design to have so much of it be attributed to guesses and such, you know? But they literally have a freaking examine system here and refuse to give you all the information. Is a thing. Yeah, exactly, lads. Literally just guess better. Just guess better. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and do this. Is what we do. I don't feel like it was the phrasing. I feel like it was the moment that I actually managed to attribute it to this game that you were like, nah, I changed my mind about that statement now that it's been turned around to actually affect this game. I mean, I still love this game in several ways, but there are a lot of problems that I have with it, and I would definitely change. Is definitely the thing. Just in case Gloria doesn't get there in time.
Aye, That should do it. I owe you one.
Well, there goes Elvis. There it goes. Like, it's definitely... I would just say it's really not the best play to suddenly take back an argument just because it no longer suits the point that you're trying to make. Suddenly be like, you know what, I changed my mind about that argument. It totally doesn't apply here. As I meant it to a second ago. Is my hot take, at least. But there's that. I just want to play my game. It's all I want to do. My oh my. Yeah, so I mean, we could always just... My oh my. And that would be a good thing that you would know that a boss has a certain counter before fighting. Or that it at least showed in a menu after examining, and then you could be like, okay, now I know not to do this, instead of randomly guessing and getting fucked up the ass, you know? Because I guessed wrong, you know? Is the thingamabob. We could always do like a quickfire flurry or something like that. Is the thing. My oh my. But you directly said that if a game kills you for guessing, then it's unfair. And we just proved that that's exactly what this game does. Is the thing.
Hey, you okay?
Like, I don't...
I'm done.
I thought that Gloria would be able to heal in time, but I guess not, so...
Witness my true power.
So there's that. Like, I just want to play my game.
Time to play
Please.
my trump cards.
Yeah, I mean, we could always just, like, do a whole bunch of this. A whole bunch of damage and stuff. Is what we could do. Is the thing.
It's got nothing to do with
Schnice, schnice.
Get a load of this.
But yeah.
Nice.
Okay, that's fine, I guess. I mean... We can try, see what this does. That's what we do. Alright, pretty decent. Is the thingamabob. But you just said that a game was unfair if it kills you for guessing. Which this game does indeed do. Well, we could always... Sure, let's go ahead and... Well... That was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. What the heck? But we should be able to kill with this anyway. Cool. Man, it goes on for a while. Very strange boss battle. Is a thing, isn't it? Nice. Nice. That works for... Was the thingamabob? My oh my. Wait, what? Statements at that moment were about half steps towards more information, but not so much that you know a boss as soon as you use a 5-cent item. What? I don't understand what you mean by that statement, I'm sorry. I do not understand. Booty bop. Julio. Maybe I sort of understand. It's not about having a description of like every single item in the game. It's just seeing that X thing, X like range of things results in X thing. Is the thingamabob. Well, you don't need to know the ins and outs. You just need to know if they take 0 damage to something or if they counter something. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's not the same as knowing the ins and outs of a boss. It has nothing to do with like what moves they're gonna use, what kind of things they're gonna hit you with. Just tell me if I use something that they're gonna take 0 damage or that I'm gonna have my whole party be wiped for using a certain type of thing. That's all I'm saying. That is not at all the same as knowing the ins and outs of a boss without... That wouldn't make every... Knowing that a boss takes 0 damage to X weapon type would not make every boss a walk in the park. I don't understand how that would. Like... I'm so confused. I'm so confuzzled.
Here I go.
I just need to know. If I'm going to do 0 damage with this attack, then let me know. There's a thingamabob here.
I'll sit this one out.
It has nothing to do with anything else with the boss. Just tell me that they resist certain things. That's it. How would that... I think... My oh my. But... punishing the player for testing is wrong. Then would it be wrong to show the weaknesses here like this, instead of having the player experiment to find them out themselves? Like, if it's such a bad thing to show the enemy resistances, then why is it such a good thing to show the weaknesses? Because by showing the weaknesses, then all of a sudden you're not promoting experimentation. Like, I'm so confused here. Is the thing, Bob.
Hey, you okay?
Like, if it's such a bad thing
You are about to witness my true
to discourage experimentation by showing what they resist, then why is that same argument not applicable to the weaknesses? Is the thing. Like, I feel like so many of these arguments are being made about like such a specific thing that can be applied to something else completely, but for the sake of the argument, they aren't applied to that. Is the thing, Bob.
No big deal. Come and get it. Okay.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do this. Because naturally, if it's, you know, a good thing to not show resistances to encourage experimentation, then it would naturally be an even better thing to not show the weaknesses to also encourage experimentation. It's the thing, bro. Experimentation is less efficient, though. See, you're objecting with your own arguments whenever I apply them to things you don't disagree with. Is the thing. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at that there, Mortis.
Time to play my trump cards.
Like, any time that I apply any of your arguments to things that you agree with, all of a sudden you disagree with them. I'm... my oh my. I've not played Etrian Odyssey. I'm sorry to say. I knew somebody in high school who did, though. Is the thing, though. But yeah. Cool. Activate Revenge. Okay, in a hypothetical universe, Examine tells you what an enemy takes damage from, less damage from, and what the enemy counters. Is that not what it should do? I absolutely agree that. I feel like that is absolutely what it should do. That is what the point of an Examine command in a video game should be. Like, if you're giving the player the option to examine them, then it should show health, weaknesses, which it does, but not the counters, abilities, and resistances. Like, that is essentially what it should do, though. Should give it a try. You'd be surprised at the difficulty curve. This one friend in high school definitely spoke really highly of it. Is definitely the thing. Take that random breath. We've done like a whole lot of thingamabobs here. You haven't used Examine. You don't know anything. How is that how you play the game ideally, to encourage more experimentation by not using Examine? Is the thingamabob? We have, like, what do we have that's, like, really good AoE or something? I mean, I guess it's not too important. I mean, we can always just, I mean, we can heal this anyway. We can do a whole bunch of damage with this. Like, all over the place and such. Quickfire Flurry is pretty good. Is the thing.
Luck's got nothing to do with that. Ace.
What's the plan?
So, I mean, we could always just, like, try this. Sure. Some of them have half damage wind. If I had known about that, I would have used something completely different, but now I'm missing a couple BP. For lack of information, we'll do that and then keep on using our good old Defender of the People. My oh my. But yeah, yeah, it tells you what will for sure work. But again, why would you do that when the stuff that you're currently using is probably going to be better? Like, for freaking... Again, for like my Shield Master, for example, let's say an opponent is weak to daggers. I'm probably still going to be doing more damage with neutral effectiveness axes because of how good the Shield Master is with it, rather than, you know, switching to daggers or something like that. Or let's say a certain enemy has a weakness to a bow, and I have a Sword Master who's using a sword that has S with swords. Why would I switch to bows on my Sword Master when I can just attack with like normal damage with my sword and probably do more than the bow would anyway? Like, there's no reason to, unless I specifically know that the sword is not going to do any damage, which the game refuses to tell you until you try something out. My oh my. Hello, Guzma. So we're finally past the part where you got the fire crystal? No, we are are in the process of getting the... But you wouldn't kill a boss faster is the thing. Like, if you're a sword master who has S proficiency with swords, you're probably going to be doing more damage with neutral effectiveness with swords than using a weapon that the sword master sucks at just because it's extra effective against the boss. Like, why would you make the switch? You don't have to switch though. If you do 0 damage, you do have to switch. Ah! If you do 0 damage with a sword, then yes, you have to switch. Is the thing. Like, you just asked me, why wouldn't you switch? I tell you the reason, then you're like, oh, you don't have to switch. And anytime I make any argument, you just turn it a completely 180. Just let me enjoy my game. Please. My, oh my. My goodness. I'm just using Shield Master as an example. You don't have to tear it apart. Any class that specializes in any weapon. Why would you switch to something that they're like specifically bad at just because it's effective against a boss? Is the thing where Bob. Yeah, sometimes going for weaknesses aren't worth it. But yeah, an example would be if a game throws light damage at you, you cannot use it if you don't have it at that point in the game, like the Chapter 2 bosses. I mean, there's that, but I mean, there are also times that like, just because you're not as good with a weapon, there's no like big benefit towards actually switching, even if it is something that they're weak against.
It's nothing.
But
Here I go.
you shouldn't have to freaking experiment to find out. It should tell you here that they do 0 damage with the weapon type. Oh my goodness. My goodness. But the game does make you repurpose, and it makes you do that after like completely random guesses instead of telling you on the info screen like any normal video game would on an examine screen.
What I can really do.
Is the thing.
Take a step back.
Oh man. I mean, we could always say go ahead and do this. Well, bam. Oh, they have half damage fire.
Oh, man.
I wish I had known that. I would have used another spell. But I didn't know that. So now I just wasted that turn and a bunch of MP, I guess. That's too bad. I wish I had known things. Guess I got punished for a coin flip. You love to see it. My goodness. Yeah, and I do agree with Lancer there of like, there shouldn't be an option to just take, you know, 0 damage. Like, resistances are fine, but you're using a specific weapon, how about I take 0 damage is just, you know, just punishing you for playing the game that you want. Like, this game is supposed to be all about customizing your own teams, having your own party set up with all the jobs and stuff like that. Like, that's the whole name of the game. And then if you do certain things, the game just punishes you for it. Is the thing. But yeah. Yeah, no, not with that, Guzman. Oh yeah, Guzman, we were actually talking about you earlier this stream and what a crazy mad lad you are for freaking beating the game so fast. Is the thing. Well, now that my random guess showed that, let's do a different random guess. Like, we knew that some of them were vulnerable, but we do more damage with a Farug anyway, since it's a more powerful spell. I would think to like all of them, since only half of them are weak to lightning, not the other half. Which is why I bothered doing that before. We'll just keep on getting like BP here and such. But yeah. Boop. Well. Neat, neat.
Want to see what I can really do?
Well. I mean, we could always go ahead and do some more of this, maybe. Is what we do. Because, I mean, it's gonna do a whole bunch of damage, is the thing. And this wouldn't be a thing that I'd be able to do if they took 0 damage to bows. Then it would just be like, oh, you like using a specific setup and thing that you enjoy? How about it just does nothing? How about absolutely nothing? But yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, we could always keep on doing stuff like this after gaining BP. Oh, you have half damage wind. Wish I had known about that before. Maybe I forgot about it, because I might have done one of those already, but whatever.
Holy spirits, heal me.
Doing good.
I would have done something else if I had known.
Time to play my
But
trump
alas.
cards.
Yeah, go ahead and... Oh, wait, is it... Oh, when with Touch Guy saying that, like, Don't spoil it. Guzma meant that this is like the last of these waves, I guess.
I'm up, huh?
Sorry, I misunderstood things myself. Is the thing here? Let's go ahead and cure the party and such. Whale? Target someone else so that I can Defender of the People. Did I not have Defender of the People on? Is it thing Bob? But let's... That was certainly some... I mean, we can always just say... Boobity bop. Boobity bop here.
Luck's got nothing to do with it.
Oh, whoops, I am dumb, and then it still uses your BP. All I'm saying is there's a lack of information. It should tell you resistances. Like, I just don't understand how lack of resistances could be a good thing because it encourages experimentation, but knowing the weaknesses isn't a bad thing for the exact same reason. So they take half damage to that. We can always do something like this. Equipping the same type of weapon in both hands will activate the sub-job. Does that make sense? Is that like the wording of one of the things? Because I know that some of the things in this game are like very strangely worded. Just in case it doesn't kill. But it probably will. I'm sure let us fight too, but you still beat them first attempt. Yeah, this is still first attempt for me. But we get a whole bunch of extra job points for the thing. Not like it matters.
Oh, that didn't go too badly. And now the front line's in disarray, the rear guard won't be able to get through.
Mission accomplished. Shame. I'm kind of in the scrapping mood now. Princess Gloria! Princess Gloria!
What is it? There's a huge holographic force approaching the rear of the city.
What?
Looks like we played right into their hands. This whole thing was just a distraction. Damn. How many soldiers do they have?
You think we can make it back to town before they get there?
I know a shortcut. It'll take about half the time it took us to get here. But it's far from safe.
This is no time to be worrying about safe.
That's what I like to hear. Come on!
Over here! We gave them their chance to surrender. Show no mercy!
Leave them be! You alright?
Yeah, thanks to you. Wait, you're...
Where's Helio? Tell me! Tell me!
This is for my sister!
What are you doing?
You killed her. She was no fairy. Now she's dead.
And it's all your fault!
I remember. You... I brought this upon myself.
Don't go just yet, dear heart. You were asking after me, were you not?
Helio.
Such delicious irony. The tireless seeker of vengeance laid low herself by the sword of retribution. Oh, since you are doomed and your homeland stands on the brink of ruin, perhaps it is time I shared something with you. Your beloved parents. It was I who killed them.
What?
If they had only been wise enough to keep their mouths shut when they first began to suspect my motives, they would have lived a little longer. But then, I suppose I would still have had them tried as fairies in the end.
Damn you!
You will have to try a good deal harder than that.
Over here! More holograders!
Wretched fools!
Is everybody okay?
You have returned. Master be praised.
How are things looking over here?
The townspeople have been evacuated to the Hall of High Holies, and our forces have done us proud in their defense of the city. Sadly, we are undeniably outmatched. Morale remains admirably high, but good spirits are no substitute for experience. Without reinforcements, I fear the worst.
Understood. We'll head to the front line right away.
This is not your fight. We cannot possibly ask so much of you. There is still time to make your escape.
The Lord of Dragons!
Master Gwydion! But... no!
Fall back! Fall back!
We're saved! The Lord of Dragons is with us!
Hear me, would-be invaders of this, my land. As long as we dragons remain to defend her, Reimdall shall not fall, though her enemies bring iron and bloodshed to rain down upon her. Fear me, and be gone!
Master Gwydion. Gladys!
What have I done?
A surgeon! Quickly!
There's no need. I'm beyond saving. Here.
The fire crystal! You got it back for us.
That's what you were looking for? Good.
Gladys.
I'm sorry. I couldn't stop Helliot from escaping.
You have nothing to apologize for, child.
Davide, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Gladys of Reimdall, you have made the ultimate sacrifice. And for that, your people give you thanks.
Damn.
Fire crystal obtained.
The Lord Commander made it sound so simple. Kill Dominic and your work is done. He made no mention of my having to contend with dragons.
It's coming this way!
The legendary dragon makes an appearance at last. Good. What fun would this battle have been without him?
But Lord Commander, it's too dangerous!
Move or die. Your choice. Now, lizard. Let's see what you're made of. Yeah!
firm even in the face of my flames? Shut up and die, worm!
I suppose I would have been a fool to do battle with a creature so ancient and expect to escape unscathed.
That was impressive indeed, Lord Commander.
Do you think I need your flattery?
Forgive me.
The dragon is dead. Our greatest obstacle is no more. Now, none shall stand in our way. Proceed with the next phase of the plan.
Very good, Lord Commander.
Master Gwydion.
There's no need to cry, Martha. This was his fate. It was always going to end this way. Master Gwydion.
Children of men, my wish has been fulfilled. Heimdall is saved. You have my thanks. Though my people did not escape entirely unscathed, they will survive. Such is the nature of man. In time, wounds will heal, wrongs will be forgiven, hope will return. And though my time may be at an end, the realm will not be without its custodian. Gwelym, your time begins. Watch over your new master, faithful guardian.
I shall. Gwydion.